Brexit. Well, it's no entry for food coming into the United Kingdom. Well, there's going to be new checks. Did you know that? New checks coming in this year on food imports into the United Kingdom. Yes, I want to talk about food. And I've just realised I forgot my blooming hat again. Oh my giddy aunt, what we like. Well, you're just going to have to put up with my shaven head. Oh, darling. Oh, my darling, how are you doing?
No hat.
You got no hat either? We're hatless.
Hatless.
Absolutely hatless. Well, we're in a place called Saint-Mathieu here in France, and it's quite nice. There's a lake. Yeah, there's a lake, there is. Yeah, it's a leisure lake, and people swim in it and stuff, and, you know, boats and that. In fact, there's a boat on there at the moment. I can see a boat. There's a boat on the lake, Caroline. I didn't think they allowed petrol boats on there. I can hear an outboard. Anyway, there's a boat. Anyway, we're going to talk about food. Yeah, food, because food prices are increasing. Now, I'll be absolutely honest with you, here in France, they're increasing as well as in the United Kingdom. But to be fair, they've always been a little bit pricier, I have to admit that. Now, have you been following Liz Webster? Do you know who Liz Webster is, Caroline?
No.
No? Oh, you don't know, I'll tell you. Liz Webster, she's a farmer. She also is a bit of an activist as well. She's got an organisation called Save British Farming.
Okay.
Yeah? And she's got a Twitter page and stuff like that. She's often in the news and, doing the rounds on the TV and stuff like that. Telling everybody that they're a whole bunch of idiots put the cross in the wrong box, yeah. She's not a Brexiter. And she's a farmer. She's a bit of an anomaly. Yeah, because I think you've realised this, my darling. Many British farmers, they voted for Brexit. Did you know that?
Yeah, but most of them have changed their mind now.
A lot of them have, actually, yeah. There's been a survey, yeah. But I was following Liz Webster on Twitter, and there was a tweet on there. That's what you do on Twitter, you tweet on there, you see.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Elon Musk, he still allows it, to tweet. Yeah, he hasn't quite destroyed it completely yet.
I'm not very active on Twitter.
No, you're not very active on Twitter at all, are you? No. When was the last time you were on Twitter?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, okay. You're not very active on Twitter, are you? Anyway. Well, Liz Webster, she put a tweet on there about the cost of potatoes in the United Kingdom. Well, you might know this already, but the price of potatoes has been rapidly increasing, partly because of the cost of doing, farming business, cost of inputs and stuff like that, for the farmers, whether it be the seed crops and stuff like that. But saying that, seed potatoes should be cheap because you can't export them into the EU now. You must have an abundance of them, especially in Scotland. Must be loads of them. Seed potatoes, because you can't get them into the EU anymore because of phytosanitary checks. Now, don't forget, that's going to be going in the other direction into the United Kingdom as well. Although they say they're going to have a bit more of a softly approach to imports of food. Well, the UK is already struggling to get foodstuffs into the UK already, and as a result, we're importing stuff now already from New Zealand. Believe it or not, the deal's only just been ratified, and we're already importing pink onions. Yeah, I didn't even realise there was such a thing as a pink onion. But anyway, pink onions. Lefty Boater on Twitter, and posted on there a picture of some Tesco pink onions. Yeah, obviously they haven't got the big red tractor on because they're from New Zealand. Yeah, so they travelled 11,000 flipping miles. It's great for the environment, isn't it, darling? Yeah. Do you reckon?
Yeah, excuse me.
Yes, my darling.
You were talking about potatoes and then you suddenly started talking about onions. What were you going to say about potatoes?
Oh, I was going to say about potatoes. I've been reprimanded. What was I going to say about potatoes? Okay. Well, there is big problems with potatoes. And we eat potatoes, quite a lot of potatoes, because our street food in the United Kingdom is it's fish and chips, isn't it, my darling? Here it'll be mules and Fritz, but it's fish and chips. But the cost of potatoes, they've gone up to around £25 for a 25 kilo sack of potatoes. That is pretty pricey for a sack. Now, when, for instance, we were in the UK, several years ago now, I must admit, and we used to buy sacks of potatoes, feed the families, you do, because it's the cheapest way to, just fill their bellies, isn't it, That and pasta.
Yeah, we are talking about 14 years ago.
We are talking about 14 years ago, but to be fair, the prices didn't move that much until recently. And we used to buy them direct from the farm. We don't used to go to Tesco's to buy 25 kilo sack
Well,
of
no,
spuds,
I don't think
did you?
they sell 25.
I don't think they did, unless they do them direct. So anyway, we used to do them direct from the farm. Is what we used to do. We'd go down there and ask for some reds or some whites or whatever we wanted.
We had a little farm shop,
Steamers
didn't
or
we?
King Edwards or whatever you wanted, yeah. Sorry,
We had
farm
a little
shop.
farm shop with apple and pear people.
Oh, you talking in Wroxham?
Yeah, apple and
It was
pears.
actually in Hobbiton. Actually, they've got the apple and pear people. They're not there anymore, Don. They're shut down. No, they're
Oh.
gone.
We used to buy sort of lots of stuff from them, didn't we?
Yeah, there's all farm foods and stuff. Not
Yeah.
farm foods to freezer people, no. Farm foods as in proper farm foods.
And also things like corn and things.
Yeah, soya mince used to get from there.
That's it, dried soya mince.
Yeah, soya mince. There's a lot of bio type stuff in there as well. But the thing is, we used to buy them direct, and they used to be about £6 a bag, a sack, didn't they?
Yes.
For 25 kilos of spuds. Or we'd get from a little farm in Great Plumstead.
Yeah, somewhere
Remember?
like that, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Near the little under the bridge.
That's it, just there. And that you used to pay around £5 or £6, but that was direct from the actual from the farmer itself.
Yeah.
Well, now fish and chip shops are paying there was 22. It's gone for the last 2 months. It's been nearly £25, between 22 and £25 for a sack of potatoes, and that's a 25 kilo sack of potatoes. Well, obviously, the cost of that has gone through the roof. But there's another anomaly. Isn't just the cost of inputs in general, fertilisers and other stuff required, and just getting the sacks to put the flipping potatoes in? They're gone through the flipping roof as well, all imported, you see. Well, it's not just that now. Have you heard of blight? Well, it's not that either. Well, have you heard of the potato beetle? The Colorado beetle in the UK. In France, we call it Dorifort. And the Dorifort beetle, they're about 11 millimetres long, and they're sort of black and white and stripy. And if you squish them, all the goo inside's all orange. Yeah. It's lovely. It squirts at the butt as you do it. It's lovely, yeah. And they have a larvae. And when the larvae gets hold, basically what happens is these bugs, they make out on the top of the leaves, don't they, darling? I should demonstrate how they make out.
No.
Well, they make out on the top of the leaves, the Dorifort beetle. It's going to get some water, probably.
Oh, right.
We could go that way if you want. Get wet feet, though.
I might get wet feet.
Anyway, they make out on the... I mean, someone's got to say that, they've got to make out. They make out on the top of the leaves, do you know, don't you? See them, haven't you? They're horrible. Yeah, they do the bit. And then the little female goes off and lays loads of little eggs, orange eggs.
Underneath
like
the
little larvae type eggs underneath the leaves, underneath the leaves. And they hatch into these larvae. And they'll obliterate a plant in, within a day. Gone, doof. They eat it, they munch the hell out of it.
Just try to get out of the jungle.
Yeah, the jungle. Look, where's Wally?
It's a bit like a jungle.
Where's Wally? He's there. But no, he looks like, where's Wally? Do you see the glasses?
Don't run down there because
I'm really struggling today with this
You've
stuff.
already got 2 elbows in.
I've got, two bugged elbows I have.
You don't want to do your knee as well.
I got, this one is a bit better at the moment, that's why I'm holding it in that hand. But that one, oh my God, tendonitis. It's driving me insane.
I think it's quite like tennis.
I can't even lift a flipping cup of coffee.
Oh no.
So I've got a thing on the waist here. How can I show you? There. I can prop the bottom handle in there just to rest it occasionally. A bit like one of fishing things. That's what it's like. I'm going fishing, you see. Yeah, I'm casting out. Anyway, back to the old Dorifort potato. It's
potato blight.
Yeah, well, there's not potato blight in this case. This is the Dorifort, which is that horrible bug that drives us insane because it eats our potatoes, destroys them.
Destroys them, really.
It's because the heat, global warming again, because the heat, there's more of them. And they're going across the UK, like those of salt are like fitting locusts.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we have the same hair.
Well, we will do. It's just the climate. You know, I got rid of them. They didn't have any last year. And this year we've got them again. I've been squishing them. Lovely. In the garden. But the thing is, though, Karen, with global warming, we're going to see a lot more bugs, aren't we?
Have I lost a dog?
No's there. Sebastian's up top there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not usually a problem, that one. Yeah,
we was looking
he just
for
popped
us.
his head up
He was
and I'd look
looking
over
for us.
you see him?
Yeah.
He just popped his head up over the top there. Oh, he's
Oh,
there
there they are.
are.
There they are. He was then gone back because he couldn't see us.
Funny little boy he is. But so that's one of the problems regarding the cost of potatoes. That's gone through the roof. But can you remember the old potato famine, Caroline? You must be able to remember the Irish potato famine.
I don't think I was here.
I think they called it the famine or the Great Hunger or something, didn't they?
I don't think I was here.
Don't you?
No.
How old are
What
you?
date was it?
1845
No,
to 1952.
No, even my great-grandparents weren't here.
Blimey.
It's a long while ago.
Oh, okay.
Nearly 200 years ago.
Oh, you wouldn't have been alive then,
180 years ago. I'm not 180 years old. I might look at it, but I'm not.
Oh, poor thing. I'm really annoyed I forgot my hat. I feel naked without my hat. I feel more... Actually, if I haven't got a hat on, I feel more comfortable wearing a mankini, not wearing a hat. Did you know that? Even just pinch him a bit.
Mankini.
Well, my ward is sniffing everything.
I might have to get you one.
What, mankini?
Yeah.
Ooh, saucy. Will it excite you? Ooh.
Will it excite you?
It'll be coming out one side, it will. Yeah.
What?
Oh. Okay, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, talk about something different.
Oh, crikey. So, that was great. That was called the Great Hunger, or the famine, but we called it the Irish potato famine, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you think they got a lot of help from
Government.
from Britain? Do you reckon?
Or the government? No.
Oh, I don't know about the government, because lots of people actually, about 11. Population was reduced by they lost about a quarter of their population, about 1 million people.
Well,
But also they emigrated as well, though.
to get away from
They
that.
get away from it. Yeah. Now that brings you on to climate warming, doesn't it? Climate, global warming.
Well, that might happen here then.
Well, you get
People might start coming from the hot countries to the cooler countries.
Yeah,
with the global warming.
that is a warning, isn't it? They've been telling us about that. More migration. It's really going. It's going to annoy, don't you? That's going to. Who'll be really upset about that?
Who's that?
Nigel Farage.
Oh, yeah, probably.
He won't be very happy.
No.
He'll be there with his binoculars in Kent.
No, I think we should
Oh, he
send
will.
him to Rwanda.
Can we?
Yeah.
Please.
With a few other people.
I need the poll. Shall we send Nigel Farage to Rwanda?
Yeah. And Peter Patel
And Pretty Patel.
and Nadine Dorris.
Oh, Nadine Dorries. Oh my giddy aunt. Well, she's in trouble at the moment.
Who else?
She's been investigated again.
Maybe that Richie Sue snake as well.
Oh, who's he?
I don't know.
Is he that little one guy with little short trousers on?
Yeah, that's the one.
You see his socks. I don't mind seeing the socks, but you wear trendy socks, don't you? You know, like Jon Snow. He used to be on Channel 4 News.
His socks used to always match his tie.
Oh, I love Jon Snow. He's a brinker. He's funny.
So-
But yeah. So
I can't
potatoes are a problem.
Yeah, I can't find out how much a sack of potatoes cost in France because I've never actually seen a sack.
Well,
10
look,
kilos
we
is the
don't generally
most
go to farm shops and stuff around here, Dan.
No.
It's-
Well, I suppose we should.
Oh, of course we should. Well, we haven't got one local to us, have we?
Annie carrot.
Oh, Annie Carrot! It's like, you can't get any more local than that. The Annie Carrot is literally about, 3 kilometres away? It's flat.
We should really try Annie carrot.
We ought to, really, don't we? I'll be a bit surprised.
I think maybe we should try
That's
her
like an
this
organic
week.
farm food
I
place.
think we should try her this
And
week.
they got Annie as in donkeys. They've
Annie,
got donkeys.
donkey and carrot. That's
Yeah.
it.
They've got donkeys there, haven't they?
Yeah.
And they actually supply the food to local schools as well, don't they? Primary schools.
That's where the school is.
Yeah.
And she's also got a charity shop, I think, which is free.
Yeah.
You
Well,
take things in and you can take things, people can take things away if they can't.
Did you
afford
say
it.
that they actually supply the food free for the school?
No,
They don't.
no,
Oh, how tight!
no, the school buy it.
They still buy it. So,
But it's good because it's local and it's organic.
So there's lots of problems regarding food importation. Obviously, you've got the new checks coming in, phytosanitary into the UK end of this year, full blown in January 2024, which is going to be a major issue getting food actually on the shelves. Now, the cost of food is, well, as you probably know, it's going through the roof in the UK, but it's still nowhere near the price that we're paying here in France.
No.
Now, on Liz Webster's Twitter page, somebody posted, looks how it is, but somebody posted on there a screenshot of a local supermarket, which is Carrefour. And it said that there's a 25 kilo sack of potatoes for €3.15, was it?
Yeah, I think it's
I can't believe that's right.
It's a
That's
misprint.
got a misprint or something's into the
I've never
details.
seen them sell that many for start.
No.
I reckon it was for a 2.5 kilo.
I wouldn't be no, it showed a picture of a sack.
Did that? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
yeah, It's not going to be in the local supermarket. I've never seen that price.
And anyhow, but that's a bit. Potatoes being getting expensive is quite a worry, really, because
It's a staple, isn't it?
when you haven't got a lot of money, the things that you eat are pasta, rice, and potatoes to bulk your food up.
True.
And if you haven't got enough money,
It's the
then
carbs,
that's,
isn't it? Take it on that side. On shadow. They have a treat.
Yeah.
Greedy little fellas.
I think
Hey,
I
Molly,
just.
you greedy little boy.
I think I just read that for a 2.3, I don't know how you get 2.3 in a family,
2.3.
but 2.3 it cost them £103 a week.
That's all bleak out. 103.
Yeah. And in France, it's the same equivalent was €150.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
No.
Food here is definitely more expensive, and also, I'll tell you what I find absolutely crazy, Caroline. Let's say for a top potatoes, let's say for instance we'll get some crisps, or they're called chips here in France. So we'll get some crisps or chips, and you got the same brand of crisps, different flavours. It's the same brand, same model, so to speak, variety, but different flavours. There'll be different prices for different flavours, and not a little difference either. Big difference. Why is salt and vinegar more expensive there, or than say ham or jambon?
No.
Why?
It's only flavouring.
It's the flavouring. The flavourings don't cost that much difference between each flavouring.
No.
And in most cases, like for instance in the UK, Walker's crisp will be the same price no matter what flavour it is generally, for the variety of crisp, wouldn't it? Unless that's changed since we've been back there.
I don't think so.
So that I don't get. But also, it's very different here. If you go back to old Teresa Coffey, you know Teresa Coffey?
It's
Remember Teresa? Do you remember Teresa Coffey? Oh, I was going to say something. Because Teresa Coffey, right? She said we should all be eating turnips and stuff like that. Okay. Root vegetables, seasonal crops. Well, to be fair to her, that's kind of what they do here in France.
Well, yeah, because if you went to a special shop like Grand Frey, you pick strawberries and raspberries up all over the air. But if you go to a local supermarket, you can only buy the fruit that's like strawberries, raspberries, if they're in season.
Yeah.
If they're not in season, you don't tend to get them.
No. And why would you want them? They're horrible.
Yeah.
Strawberries that are out of season are just watery and hard, and all white on the ends. They're just forced. They've got their flavour in them.
Also,
You're Garriday anyway, don't you?
Also, there is a lot less.
Was it Garriday or Garrigay?
There's a lot less processed food here.
Very little processed food. We don't have all the. We don't have all the the ready meals either.
No, all the ready meals, buy
you
a
do
curry,
get them, but not to
buy
the
a
extent.
curry, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Not to the extent you got in the UK.
No.
In the UK, you have piles of the stuff.
There'd be a little tiny section in the freezer where you can get lasagnas, macaroni cheese and things like that.
put it in
Just a
there,
very small
hand
section. Not like in the UK when there's stacks and shelves of them and freezers and everything.
No, it's definitely different. Sorry about the angle, but I have to rest the camera in my. I don't know what you call it.
Wine.
Oh, is wine expensive?
Not here.
No. I'd like to know, right, this question for you. How much do you pay for an okay bottle of wine? And how much do you pay for a bog standard, really cheap, maybe vinegary, maybe it comes in a Tesco's stripy label. I don't think they do that anymore, do they, stripy labels?
I don't know, I can't remember.
How much do you pay in the UK? Now, the cheapest wine in our supermarket you can get, that's, crikey, about 180 in it.
Yeah.
180, €1.80.
Yeah, but there's vinegary as in the cheap ones.
That's not vinegary, it's just a bit weak and a bit rubbish, really.
We often find wines that are on offer in the week and something, and they're like €3 a bottle, and they're really nice wines.
But also you've got the fair, is what they call basically the Foire de Fair. And it's every year they'll have a load of offers on wine. That's when we generally tripped me up that Wally is with his lead. So we do. You get a good bottle for about €4.
A red,
bog standard bottle for about €2.50, €3. But I wouldn't be surprised actually if you think about it. If you think about the bottles of wine you get in the UK for say 10, 12, but they're probably comparable, around tenner. Equivalent.
I was when I went back. I bought a bottle of wine when I went round Wayne's and Lisa's, and I paid about £6 for a bottle, and that was as similar as we buy our £3 bottle, €3 bottle.
Oh, I see.
So at least double the price for the same.
Beer,
I think it's similar.
well, don't forget, we're not in pints here.
No.
They're generally sold in quarter litre, 250 mils, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or 330. But in pubs and stuff, the bars would be 250 mils. It is, I'd say it's pricey. But actually, to be fair, it's probably not comparison now.
I don't really know.
Because it's quite dear in the UK at the moment, isn't it?
I don't know the price of a pint of beer in the UK. I really don't. As I don't really drink, I don't know.
You don't drink at all, let's be honest.
No. And also, my son, who does drink, he says spirits is fairly cheap, a lot cheaper here as well.
Well, the cheapest bottle of spirits would be about €9.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not €9.50.
Which is only about £8, isn't it?
I suppose that is cheap. But there again, if we went to Italy...
Italy's even better. We were buying bottles of spirit for €5.
Yeah. How many bottles? About 20? About 20 bottles?
You were saying when we did it, that's well worth actually going back there just to get the wine.
The only thing is, though, Carol, if you have all that, you end up drinking more anyway.
I do. Well, I don't drink. But
End up drinking more. Drive me to it, she does.
I'd be worse with chocolate.
Oh, Caroline, for you. It's reserved for persons handicappé.
Yeah, I've got hearing.
You've got hearing aids, you see, it says handicappé.
Oh, you look more handicapped than me at the
I
moment.
am actually, just got your hearing aids. I'm not just poking her in the air, she's got hearing aids for now.
Is that?
Yeah, well, improperly.
Oh.
Sorry.
Moldy.
How it's Wally? Just let you know what Wally keeps doing to me.
You're probably more disabled than me because you've got a wonky shoulder, two wonky elbows.
Oh my God,
and
keep dislocating my shoulder.
Huh?
That's painful, I tell you. Crikey. It's quite nice we've got these little places where, opens up options, doesn't it, for people who are disabled, so they can fish if they want to.
Fishing.
It's quite a nice spot, this is, though. It's quiet. This is, around here, this is usually, on a Saturday, it'd be quite busy, but there's no one about. Everyone's gone home. It's a bit 7 o'clock,
thank you.
What's someone do?
Scraped all soil up all over me.
Oh. They fish in this lake as well, so...
Marcus, that bin you saw was the dustbin. That's the dog bin, the green one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got dog bins here. That's good. Good. Right. So, getting back on track now.
About price. We talked about food. We talked about
fish and
wine.
chips.
Fish and chips.
Fish and fips. Fips. Shish and fips. That's it. Shish and fips.
Well, I actually did buy me and Yasmin fish and chips.
Yeah, it's still quite cheap where you were, wasn't it?
And that was only £10 a portion for cod and chips.
Was it a proper sized piece of cod?
Yeah, that was a really nice sized piece of cod, and that was a nice portion
That's good.
of chips.
That's good.
And that was very nice.
Because I'm hearing a lot of people saying it's a lot more than that.
There again, we're very close to chroma, where maybe the fish.
No, cod don't come from chroma, Caroline.
I don't know. Okay.
This is a misconception. This is what Brexiters say.
Oh, all right.
We don't fish cod. You can get pollock.
Yeah.
But you gotta be careful, Carol. Is it cod? Was it actually cod?
That said cod.
It said cod. Oh, okay. You realise that's probably Russian cod? Do you know that?
Probably.
That's probably Russian cod, and you just funded the war in Ukraine. Do you realise that? This is this winds me up a little bit actually, because we have all these sanctions, what have you, and we get all righteous about the war in Ukraine for good reason, because it's an illegal war and invaded a democratic, a sovereign state, a sovereign country, sorry, and which is totally immoral. So I'm not justifying, obviously, but it does make me laugh, and we get all righteous about this stuff. Yet we're okay to carry on allowing Russia to fish British waters, but also to sell us fish. We've taxed them, very high taxes, about I think that's quite around 40%. But do you reckon we're really getting that money? Do you honestly, with Russian fishing boats, do you really honestly believe that they've already been sanctioned? Because I don't. Especially if you managed to get cod and chips for 10 quid. And the sanctions on that cod were supposed to be 40% tax on it. Coming into the UK. That's finding a way in.
Some places were different, because I then went into Norwich and they were charging like 17 for cod and chips.
Oh. So that is pricey.
It all depends where you want to buy it.
Now, if we were spending, what, €15 on food, where would we go, darling? Here in France.
Yeah, can we go tonight? Or we can eat Chinese.
Or we eat Chinese. Oh.
Or
It's about
Cantonese, is it?
is it 15.50? Something like that, 16. Yeah, in the evening.
And it's 10?
No, it's a bit more than that. It's 11, I
Oh,
think it's only
sorry.
12 now, isn't
That's
it?
11.50. I
Yeah.
think.
Anyway, that's for all you eat Chinese. And it's really good. It is.
Oh, I think we should go, yeah.
What now? You're just
where?
eating a bag of crisps. Just been eating potatoes. Yeah, there's no problem getting potatoes, was it, Dan?
No.
Yeah, we do have plenty of potatoes, but I would say they're probably more expensive than in the UK, but they always have been. So, the thing is, our cost of living is actually really low, Caroline. It really is.
Ours is
We don't have the things. We grow a lot of food anyway, including potatoes.
Well, at the moment, we've got potatoes in our garden. We've got salads. We've got
Salad, tomatoes. Yeah.
We've got courgette.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Chard. Kale. Beans. Peas. We had. So we have quite a lot of stuff in our garden, and when we get a bulk of it, we can them.
Yep, exactly. We get
So
a
we
glut.
have lots of cans of, or the cans are actually jars of
It's called canning.
tomatoes or ratatouille, so we can use it through the year. We've got loads of tomato soup, haven't we?
If you don't know what canning is, basically what we do is we have these. In the UK, you'd call them you call them what they're called now?
Parfait.
Kilner jars, darling.
That's it.
The ones with little crank lids on. You get the screw top ones as well, actually. Well, you can even use jam jars for tomatoes and
Yeah.
stuff. That's not a problem. But old ones I'm talking about. But anyway, what we do is we take the skins off. I put a bit of boiled water over the tomatoes, and then we basically just ram them into sterilised jars with a bit of brine water, so a little teaspoon of salt with
Boiling water.
boiling water into the jar. Put the lid down. Some people actually get away with just doing that.
Put vinegar around the lid.
Oh, we on the rubber seals. We put a little bit of vinegar just to make sure the seal was already sterilised, but it kills any bacteria off your fingers and that on the seals when you put the seals on. And a bit of white vinegar is all.
Yeah.
Put the lid down. Sometimes you put some herbs in it and stuff, don't you? Basil, stuff like that in the jar with the tomatoes. And then we have a thing called, it's about a boiler, basically. And it's like a big Burko boiler type thing. I mean, get 7 jars inside it. Depends on litre jars, so 7 litres we put in at a time. And we boil it for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. That's
What happens?
similar to what you would be buying jarred or canned.
Canned tomatoes.
Really.
Basically, same way they do it. Yeah, your baked beans aren't baked; they're done in the same way, basically, but in a can.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you take them out of the can and they're still hot, as they cool down, they suck the lids down really tight, so they're under pressure. And as long as your seals are good, they'll last at least 3 years with tomatoes, won't they?
And chilies.
High acid food, you see.
Chilies and peppers we just freeze in bags.
Yeah, with that, we do that as well. And also some tomatoes we dry them.
Yeah.
So we do sachet, as in
dry food.
sun-dried tomatoes.
And then we get quite a bit of fruit, so we
flash freeze them.
We usually freeze, or we can. I did jar the pears. I jarred. They were lovely. I put them in.
Oh, you put them in
canned
syrup, didn't you?
They were really lovely. And done loads of jars of them. We made apple butter before, but we didn't quite like it, did we?
Cool, that it's a Dutch thing. This apple butter stuff, and my God, it was too sickly. Yeah, it's like you cook it right down into a paste almost, isn't it?
Yeah. But we can freeze apple, but apple do keep, as long as you wrap them individually and they don't touch each other, they do keep for
they mustn't touch each other, no.
Several months, don't they?
So you just wrap them with paper, don't you?
The same with garlic, that seemed to keep quite a few.
Garlic, you just hang that, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, with like things go back to the fish and chips, you got the sanctions for Russia. So obviously that makes things more expensive. We've got Brexit, that's made things more expensive. We've now got reduced quotas of fish in Norwegian waters, so that ain't very bloody helpful. To be fair, also the EU has as well, actually. All pretty much all stem from Brexit. So that ain't very, very good. And like we were saying about the fish just fished around UK waters, we did touch on that, but then I sidetracked, didn't I? In the UK, we fish a lot of, dabs and plaice and stuff like that. But generally, this cod is deep sea fish, So we don't actually. Oh, dog!
Sebastian!
Come on.
Sebastian! Dora!
Oh dear.
Sebastian!
Get dogs on lead.
Sebastian! Sebastian! Come here!
Oh, he's going the other way now. We go back the other way if you want, Dan.
Sebastian!
Do we go back the other way?
Come turn around again.
Yeah, go back the other way.
We can, actually, it's a really good idea because then we wouldn't go past that.
Oh, yeah, with the people. I'm not speaking on that.
Come on, then we'll go this way now.
Yeah, so what was I saying anyway after that distraction?
Well, you were talking about fishing and
Oh, yeah, sanctions
waters.
and Brexit doesn't help, obviously. I feel very naked. I have to polish that later. Yeah, shall I polish that? Shall I polish that?
We could do.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we also make our own sauces. Like you make like a spicy sauce and you make a tomato sauce and things as well.
I'm going to do fermented chilies this year, so I'll do a peri-peri sauce.
Yeah, pickled onions.
Pickled onions we do. All sorts of stuff.
Beetroot, all sorts of things.
Oh,
I make
love
lots of
pickled
jam.
onions. Oh, terrible they are.
I make
Bug
jam.
your stomach up though. Jam, you make loads and loads of jams. Blackberry jam. Raspberry jam.
But then we make a lot of our own biscuits and things as well.
Yeah. Oh, your biscuits are lovely. But yeah, so we do make a lot. So our cost of living is relatively low, isn't it?
Yes.
And also going to cost of living, it's like our taxes are ridiculously low.
Yeah. I think
As in the actual house taxes. So Caroline,
Yes.
poll tax. Remember the poll tax?
Poll tax, Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher.
No, it's
the
called
milk
council
snatcher.
tax.
I was council tax. I was council tax. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the council tax in the UK is quite pricey. How much did we used to pay when we were in England? We talking about cost of living and that, you see.
Over 1,000.
I was way over 1,000 we used to pay.
About 1,500.
Yeah, it was about 1,500. And to be fair, we did actually get a bit off. That was with that, remember? Because we would have been in the next band because the Matthew was disabled.
We got a band lower because of Matthew.
We had to spend an adapted space for him.
Yeah.
So we got a band lower. So it would have been more than that. But how much do we pay now, do you reckon?
I know how much we pay. 240 a year.
240 a year. Have you seen my house?
Plus the bins. Plus the bins.
Oh, plus the bins. We do pay extra for the bins.
That's about 139 for bins.
Sorry.
Well, it works out.
Is that like rubbing it in a bit? Yeah, but there again, our food's expensive.
Yeah.
Electric is cheap.
That work out
Gas is
380 with the bins and the tax.
But 380.
About 380 for the year.
What about TV licence?
Oh, we don't have one.
We don't have a TV licence.
No, they did away with that.
We don't need it anyway because we do TV. We don't watch TV.
Don't watch much TV, do we?
TV's not ready for us. No. Sebastian!
No, they're not.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
So cost of living, I think that's swings and roundabouts really, isn't it? Some things are expensive here in France and some things are cheaper.
Well, we don't
I'm not going to say it's necessarily, I'm sort of on the wrong side again now, aren't I?
We don't pay water bill because we have a well.
No. Bonsoir. Oh, hello. Pomeridi.
And I suppose our electricity is cheap, as in it's cheap anyhow in France, and we have a lot of solar
A lot of solar.
power.
Do we? Is that what those things are in the garden?
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't pay a lot on electrics, that's good. And also it was reduced as well, so that's capped. So that's good. So we don't have water.
And also
to
they
pay.
also give
We've got
you
a pump to pay.
and they also give you help once a year usually.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Families.
A lot of families and that will have who are struggling. They get extra electric and stuff, don't they? You get like a payment.
240.
Checked energy.
240 a year.
Okay, that's quite good. So on the whole, it's do you know what the biggest bonus is though, Caroline?
That we live in this lovely place.
Yeah, it's a much nicer way of life.
We've got a lovely house.
We have got a lovely house. We're very fortunate like that. We really are.
Yep.
Got no money. Absolutely broke. Brassing.
Yeah,
around.
but we're rich in other things.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's a good point. You got me, ain't you? No.
And everyone wants to come and see us for holiday because they think it's a holiday coming to see us.
Is it why we don't really go on that many holidays? So they're going to be, we'll do, we get the camper. Get the camper back on the road, another week I reckon. We'll get that on the road. Pretty much done now, isn't it?
Yeah, we could disappear then if when Yasmin's there.
4 kids.
You could go in the camper for
4 kids, another adult. Oh my giddy aunt.
You can go in the camper for the night.
I could disappear in the camper for the night.
Take Wally.
I could do. Could do. Well, anyway. So, we started off with spuds and we ended up on about poll tax.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're trying to get at is the cost of living. That although food might be more expensive in France, a lot of other stuff is not expensive.
But
so
not
if you were to balance it out, it's probably cheaper to live in France.
But also, when in Rome, you do what the Romans do, don't you? I mean, like for instance, when in France, you do what the French do, and the French don't live like we do in the UK. They don't.
No,
they don't. They from what I can say, from what I know, they cook a lot more.
Where are takeaways here?
Exactly. Well, you do get takeaways, but not many. They're not. Crikey! In Norwich, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Babbers on Sprowston Road in Norwich.
There's nothing.
And their kebabs. I love their doner kebabs. I did.
There's nothing that delivers here, Mark.
Not very healthy, obviously. That's right.
In our area, I don't know if
not for us.
any takeaway.
We've got no delivery to us. That's because we're in the sticks. Yeah. Who's got delivered to someone in the sticks?
Yeah, but we lived in Sale House, which was a bit in the sticks.
Yeah, we had Chinese,
we had
pizza
people
schools
deliver
and stuff,
to us, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's not exactly the same sticks, is it?
No.
I'm sorry, but that's like this. Like, living in Sale House is like living in a town here in France.
Probably, yeah.
You know, so it's not quite the same, is it? It's just a different way of life, and you just do what other people do.
Quite and more relaxed here, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't buy any what you could call so-called English food. Oh, crikey! Can you remember that customer? The customer come visit me, right? Back an order for some shutters and stuff. And she was going on about the cost of a tin of beans, wasn't she? Remember?
Actually,
in the driveway.
Last time you did a video on that, they're actually cheaper here.
Heinz baked beans are cheaper in France than they are in the UK. That's silly. Caroline, she's got Weetabix now. Shredded wheat. What's shredded wheat? What was it?
Weetabix.
Weetabix. We've got Weetabix here in France again.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to get it for how long? 2 years?
€2.50 a box is nothing expensive.
That's I don't know if it's in the UK, but that's all right. But also, I was eating a pack of, what are they called? Tyrrell's crisps. Yeah, Tyrrell's potatoes as well, aren't they? Yeah, Tyrrell's crisps. Thinking that the English crisps, I like all the kettle type crisps, yeah. And I really like them, you know, because they're proper crisps. A bit pricey, don't they? But, so I look at the pack, I think, hang on, that's one of the things we haven't seen, even all the way through the pandemic, there was always the shelves full. We never had a shortage of Tyrrells, darling.
No.
You know that?
No, never.
Never a shortage. I thought, what is that? So I looked at it, they're not even baked or fried or whatever they are in England at all. They've got British crisps over in the EU. That was France and another country, I can't remember which ones are. So they're not Tyrrells. It's like half the stuff you think is English is not even English.
Well,
grown abroad or like those pink onions. No?
It's like fresh. It's like fresh milk. You can get fresh milk there, but most people just pick up big cartons of
UHT here.
UHT
mostly UHT.
The thing is that goes off really quickly.
It's too hot.
It's
too hot. But that's like a valid point with all these temperatures at the moment. How things are, it must be very difficult to store that kind of stuff in the supermarkets, because generally it comes in those trolleys, doesn't it, with all the 4 pints on the trolley, or 2 pints on the trolley. And if they can't keep the supermarkets cooler enough, they're going to go off, aren't they?
Well, they put them in the fridge. They are in the fridge usually.
Didn't it used to be? They used to be on those.
They're always in the fridge.
No, they didn't. They used to be on those wheeled trolleys.
Oh right, no, they're
Can you remember
in the
wheels, like a pallet with wheels on the bottom?
Oh no, they're in the fridge when I went back.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, just getting it from the supermarket to our house
on a
really hot day, that could
It's shorten its shelf life at least, isn't it? So that's not be very helpful, is it? Anyway, I think we've gone off a bit track here, and also time is pressing on. This video's going to be ridiculously long, darling. Do you know that?
Yeah, we better go.
Yeah, and My
It's
arms are dropping
time
off.
for us to
My
go.
Tendinitis, what do you call that?
Time for us to go.
Is it time for us to go?
So bye-bye.
Should we sing a song?
Au revoir.
Sing a song of sixpence.
A pocket full of rice.
10 and 20
Blackbirds.
baked in a pie.
When the pie was opened,
The blackbirds began to sing.
the birds began to
the birds.
sing.
I can't remember.
Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king?
No. The only thing you were given our king, King Charles III,
The sausages.
is sausages.
Yeah.
Make him eat his own fingers. Yeah, that's what you do. Anyway, it's time for us to go. So to tell you, and ain't that lovely? And that is Saint-Mature Lake. There's a leisure lake here in the Limousin here in France.
Don't forget the...
So you go for a swim?
No, don't forget the buy me a coffee.
Oh yeah, I've been told now. Haven't I? You might know this already because if you're a regular here, and if you got to the end of this very, very long video, then you can support the channel on. Well, just boot the all like button. It'd be, would be nice. But also there's you can buy me a coffee. There's Patreon, and there's
Membership.
memberships as well, isn't there?
And GoFundMe plant a tree.
Oh, trees! Yeah, we're planting trees here in France. We're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares. Oh, crikey! Ow! God, be hurt. 2 hectares of land, and what we'll do is I'll get the missus out with a spade. She'll dig a hole.
I thought you were going to sort out the...
Post hole borer.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll sort out the post hole borer and we'll dig loads of holes and plant trees.
Yeah.
So, we ought to make a contribution. We'll plant a tree on your behalf, but not only that, I will make a sign, woodwork, you see. I'll make a sign to go with that tree, either biography or with the router. And it could be your name, or it could be a memory of a loved one maybe, or even a furry friend. Oh, Sebastian's running off. He knows it's the end. Oh, okay. So we're going to say ta-ta, so ta-ta.
Bye.
It's still recording.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta.